say, this is one of the most character-filled bridges I've been on so far in Bangkok. Not only that, it's got a pretty good story behind it all. So right now, I'm standing right in the middle section here, which was actually used to be an open section, and it was a bridge that would open up. So the pivot points, the swivel points, or the hinges, were just a little bit further down. I'll show them. But right here where I'm standing would be the place where the bridge opened up, so the barges and the naval ships could actually cruise on up and down the Chao Phraya River. And you can also see this was the Chao Phraya Sky Park that I just visited, and that's the Sky Park is the middle, and the outer two sections are known as the Phra Phuttayotfa Bridge. And then if you, just to get your bearings, down that way is Klong Ong An and Chinatown. And then just at the end of the bridge is the King Rama I memorial, the statue. And this bridge is called the Memorial Bridge, and it was constructed in 1932. Royal Navy, their location was right beside Wat Arun. So this is the Thonburi side. This is where King Taksin, he built his royal palace here. And on the other side of the river, the Ratanakosin side, is where King Rama I relocated the capital. Now this bridge, as you can see with these boats going underneath, it's actually very low. That's why the original design, they could lift this bridge for the Royal Navy ships to come up and down. So when they eventually closed this permanently, it was around the same time that they shifted the Navy to Samut Prakan district. Now the height of this bridge actually is problematic even today, because when there's king tides or when there's floods, some of the larger boats cannot actually fit under this bridge. So they closed it permanently, and it has been a bit of a problem since. It has posed some significant problems to the boats going back and forth in this bridge, but that's progressed. Anyway, we're right here. This is what we'd call, I guess, the pivot point. The hinge is where the drawbridge used to lift up, right here. So just to get your bearings, down there's a sign that says Yod Biman River Walk. Now if you sneak down that little path there, the Chao Phraya River is right there. I'm standing on the Memorial Bridge at the moment. It's a fantastic location to watch the sunset over Wat Arun. And in fact, that's what I did at the end of the last video when I was doing the video about King Taksin. I finished with a beautiful sunset experience just down that area there. So if you're looking for a good sunset, try the Chao Phraya Sky Park Bridge, or wander down here for your for it. You can just stand by the river. You can even find a cool restaurant or a pub or one of those rooftop bars, and watch the sunset over there. Or you could even do a river cruise, which are quite popular as well. In fact, that's going to be a future video. I want to focus on the Chao Phraya River. I'm going to call the video The Mighty Chao Phraya River. And I want to explore the river life, longboats, some of the ferries, the ferry journeys, but also some of the cool bars and hotels which are actually located on the riverside. Because I'm a big fan of this river. I love this this waterway and all that kind of the life that revolves around this Chao Phraya River, but also the history of it as well. So that's coming up in a future video. So if you're in Bangkok and you're looking for things to do, jump on the Chao Phraya River, one of the ferries, and catch it to N6. It's the Memorial Bridge pier, and from here you can access the Chao Phraya Sky Park Bridge. You can also see this magnificent Memorial Bridge, You can also see the King Rama I Memorial. You can also, it's an easy walk to Klong An An in Chinatown, and it's also a beautiful place to watch the sunset at Wat Arun. So that's my travel tips with Luke. Actually, I've got to come back here at night. There's some kind of fluorescent tubing lighting which is on the frames of this beautiful green metal bridge. They've got a lot of fluorescent lighting, so I'd love to see it lit up in the night time. I'd also like to see the monument at night time. I'd also like to see the sunset. So I'll get home and charge up these batteries, and I'll plan a nighttime visit very soon. So British company Dorman, Lowe and Co Limited, they were the actual creators, the builders of this bridge, and it was opened in 1932. Now coincidentally, that same company were the same company that built the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and it was opened 3 weeks prior to this one. Now this bridge and the King Rama I statue, what you can't quite see from here, I probably need to invest in a drone to really show you this, but the bridge, the overall design, if you're looking from the bird's eye view, you'll see that the park down here where the memorial is, the road actually kind of branches out around it. And then the other end, it's the pointy end. Now the overall shape was actually designed to look like an arrow. So there was the arrowhead and the tonpuri side, and where the memorial statue was the tail of the arrow, where where it flares out. So quite clever design, I think. Not only the bridge, but the overall design of this structure here. Now when Phra Phuttayotfa, King Rama VII actually opened this bridge here, there was a big official ceremony. It was his actual last duty as the king, because it was soon after that the People's Party actually deposed the king, and he was no longer, and then he abdicated soon after this. So this opening of this bridge was King Rama VII. It was his last role as king. World War II, 1944, Thailand was occupied by Japan. 77 B-29 bombers were flown by the Americans, and they came up the Chao Phraya River, and the object was to destroy this bridge in 1944. They dropped 77 bombs. None of them hit the target. Coincidentally, however, they were 2 kilometers off target, and what they did actually hit was a Japanese hospital, a Japanese soldier hospital, but also a Japanese secret police headquarters. So by accident they hit these 2 targets. Now the people of Thailand at the time were really impressed, and they actually thought they were the real targets, and they were really impressed with the American bombers. However, they weren't. They were just completely off target. It was just by sheer coincidence they hit those 2 targets. Nonetheless, nevertheless, in 1945 the bombers did return, and they did indeed destroy this bridge. 4 years later, it took 4 years after the destruction of this bridge by those B-29 bombers, that the bridge was actually rebuilt and once again opened again. Now the opening party, from what I read, the opening ceremony was indeed a party, because what happened when they had the opening ceremony, they pushed the button, the drawbridges came down, and then aeroplanes flew overhead and dropped thousands and thousands of flowers. And what I read was the party continued into the night in true Thai fashion. In 1949, the Bangkok Post wrote this: "Thousands gathered at the approaches to the bridge to witness the fanfare. Prince Rangsit pressed the button, causing the center parts of the bridge to swing into the closed position. As planes flew overhead, dropping flowers, the party continued into the night." I like the sound of that.